Good morning to everyone. Today I, Adarsh from DRVDAV Centenary Public School, floor of class 10, is going to present the presentation on the topic nutrition and digestive system of human being. This is my presentation. Nutrition. It is the process of obtaining food and its utilization in the body for obtaining energy and bodybuilding material. Food is the carbon-based material substance that is broken down to yield energy, bodybuilding materials for growth, development, repair, and regular biochemical regulations. It is of two types: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, in which organisms prepare their food by their own by the process of photosynthesis. Heterotrophic nutrition is the nutrition in which organisms depend on other organisms for their food. Heterotrophic nutrition is of three types: saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, holozoic nutrition. In saprophytic nutrition, the organism takes their food from dead and decaying matter, for example, fungi and yeast. Parasitic nutrition is the nutrition in which the organisms get their food from the living beings when they are entered in a living host, for example, bacteria. Holozoic nutrition, in which the organism take their food in solid form, for example, humans. My next slide is of digestion. A digestion takes place in the following ways. First, we eat the food which moves into the mouth, where salivary glands are present which secretes saliva, in which salivary amino acid is present which changes the starch into sugar. Then the food is moved to the food pipe with the help of tongue, and which is ensured by the epiglottis, which prevents the food to not move into the windpipe, which pushes the food into the food pipe. Then, due to the parasitic movement, the food moves through the esophagus to the stomach. When it reaches the stomach, there is gastric juices like pepsin, which break down proteins, hydrochloric acid, which makes the medium of the food acidic and breaks down it, and mucus, which protects the inner lining of the stomach from the hydrochloric acid. Then the liver secretes the bile juice, which is of green yellowish color, which gets stored in the gallbladder, and later it is sent to the small intestine when the food is sent from the stomach to the small intestine when the sphincter is open. When it reaches in the small intestine, liver the secreted bile juice is present in the small intestine, which breaks down the carbohydrates into glucose, fats into glycerine, and proteins into amino acid. And the pancreatic juices are also present in the small intestine. Pancreatic juices like trypsin break down in food into proteins, and lipase in the emulsified fats into glycerol and fatty acids. Then the food is entered into the large intestine, where an organ is present which do not have any use in the digestive system, known as appendix. But if a food moves into the appendix, it will cause a very harmful pain in all over our body, which is harmful for us and needs a several operation. And then the length of the small intestine is 6 meter, and the length of the large intestine is 1.5 meter. So as the food moves, there are thumb-like projected structures known as villi, which have a small pores on the top of the structure, which absorb the rest of the water, materials, and proteins, minerals which are required by the body and used. And the food is then sent to the rectum, where when the sphincter is open, it gets excreted out by the anus. Sphincter is a circular muscular structure which controls the movement of substance through them. Normally, they remain closed. When movement is required, they open. There are many sphincters in the gut. Gut is the whole path where the food moves from the mouth to the anus. Thank you and have a nice day.